Don Corleone, I am honored and grateful to be invited to your home on the wedding day of your daughter. And may their first child be an Athlete of the Week child. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal, coming to you on a Tuesday night. You're going to be watching this on Wednesday. It is our Week 5 edition of the Winter Athletes of the Week. Pete, we're here at the midway point of the winter season, man. We have tipped the scales. We're in February now. Everything is running into the postseason, and it should be a good one for us. In the meantime, we got some good home stretch stuff that are producing good Athlete of the Week nominees. Pete, I know, is fired up, and I'm glad, because this being the Luca Brasi edition of the Athletes of the Week, I don't want to sleep with the fishes. I want to make sure Pete's a happy man. We're going to take you back to last week. We're going to start with the girls. If you remember, our nominees were from Wilcox Tech girls basketball, Miss Tatiana Gonzalez. And from the world of indoor track, we had a pair of pole vaulters from Southington, Megan Biscoglio, and from Sheehan, Stephanie Phoenix. Our winner this week, Tatiana Gonzalez, Wilcox Tech girls basketball. We caught up to her before she and the Indians went down to Milford on Tuesday to play Platt Tech.
Sean Krofsik here with Meriden Record Journal Athlete of the Week, Tatiana Gonzalez, junior at Wilcox Tech. Tatiana, congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Yes, so you've been on a tear lately. Tell me about, you guys were on that 9-game winning streak and you were scoring so many points. Tell me about that run you guys were on.
Well, it was a good run for us because we knew that Maloney was coming up, and we just wanted to keep playing our best. And during the streak, we just wanted to keep the momentum up and play hard every game.
So describe to everyone what type of player you are.
I look more to pass and let other people get the points, but yeah.
So what's been the reason for the scoring improvement lately?
Improvement. When I get a wide open look, I just shoot it. And when I don't, I look for people down low to score.
What's it been like being a part of this team this year that's done so many wins this year?
It's been really good for us because for the wins, we score a lot, and down the season, we're 14-2 right now, 14-4. And at the end, we just hope for the best outcome.
What was the biggest win of the year so far for the team?
I think the biggest win was probably Whitney Tech, maybe. It was probably one of our closer games.
Yeah, you had the one game where you scored 15 points.
15.
Yeah, tell me about that game.
The ball was just kept going in the net.
Tatiana, thank you for taking time out to speak with Peter and Sean. I understand, Pete, that she didn't know you guys were coming, but she's still pretty good, huh? And I'll tell you what, she and the Indians did very well that night in Milford tonight, Tuesday night. They beat Platt Tech, beat them pretty handily too. Sam Petro, a previous Athlete of the Week nominee, went off for 37, Pete. 37. The Wilcox Tech Indians are undefeated in CTC play, 15-0 with one game to go in the regular season. That is Friday at home. So if you want to check out the Lady Indians, see if they can complete a perfect run through the CTC, Friday at Wilcox is the place to go. Okay, in the meantime, we are going to bring you our Week 5 nominees. Pete, I just want you to know, while you were up skiing in Vermont, I had to think long and hard over our nominees. We had a lot of good candidates, wanted to get a good balance. It wasn't easy. I think it worked out pretty good. Now, we do have 3 girls basketball players this week. You're taking sneaking a peek at my magic board there. We have 3 girls basketball players, and the time is right for all 3 of these girls. I'm happy with these girls. They're all having good seasons, and in particular lately, they're doing they did some things that were quite heroic to a certain extent. We start over at Southington. You hear Southington girls basketball, you think Jeanette Wadolowski, for good reason, 1,000-point scorer. She's a double-double machine, game in, game out. But you know what else is going on in Southington this year? They got a lot of sophomores and freshmen who are getting their varsity legs. So when Jeanette goes off to Tufts, she's going to leave behind a good program there, and these girls are going to be there for a couple more years, including this girl, ta-da, Miss Brianna Harris. 18-point game last week against Newington to lead the Lady Knights to victory. They won again tonight up at Suffield. They are 13-5. Not bad. Going into the season, Mike Forgione, Jeanette Wadolowski, and a lot of young girls, hey, they are 13-5. Brianna Harris, in the midst of a strong sophomore season, you are nominee number 1 for the girls here in Week 5. Nominee number 2 is a senior. She's here in Meriden. Where could she be, Pete? Wilcox? Maloney? Platt? She's over at Platt High School. And she is Miss Kiara Lopez. Kiara's been nominated here before, but for her exploits in track, we go with her in basketball because she had a monster game against Plainville. 25 points, 23 rebounds. With the win that night, Platt snapped a 4-game winning streak, and in turn, it sparked a 3-game winning streak, and Kiara has been hot right through it. She had 13 against Bristol Central and had 17 tonight against, who they played tonight, Pete? I'm going to tell you who they played because I've got it right here. They played Northwest Catholic. Kiara's cranking them out, and the Platt Panthers are smoking going into the playoffs. They are now 11-7. Kiara Lopez, glad to have you back aboard. Nominee number 2 among the girls for Week 5. Our third and final girls nominee, we are going down to Wallingford. Lyman Hall, Sheehan, both teams are doing well. Both teams are in the postseason. You know what we're going to go with? We're going with this girl. She's a veteran. She's a senior. She's had a lot of injuries in her career, but I'll tell you, when that girl's on the court, she is a gamer. She is from Sheehan, Miss Alexia Ocasio, one-time All-RGA player. She came up big for the Titans down in Woodbridge on Friday night. Game tied. She gets to the line, 3 seconds. No problem. Poof. It's the free throw that gives Sheehan the victory. They won again tonight against West Haven. All right, and let's move over to the boys' side of the equation. First, we're going to announce our winner from Week 4. If you remember, we had from Southington basketball player Mr. Jeremy Mercier. We had from the Meriden Co-op swim team, the diver, Mr. Jaylon Nixon. He is a Maloney student. And we also had from Lyman Hall indoor track, Tyler Siemens. Got to update Tyler Siemens. He did win the SEC championship in the high jump. He was nominated for winning the SEC East Sectional Championship. He went on to win the SEC overall championship in the high jump. Well done, Tyler. But our winner for Week 4, it was not Jeremy Mercier. It was not Tyler Siemens. It was Mr. Jaylon Nixon from Maloney High School, Meriden Co-op swim team. He spoke with Shawnee and Pete on Tuesday before Meriden's meet with Sheehan over at Platt.
We're at the Platt pool here with Maloney Jr., Jaylon Nixon, our male athlete of the week. Jaylon, congratulations,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Tell me about this season. You keep breaking the record, huh?
Yeah, well, the season started off a little slow.
Yeah.
Just came back from a diving injury, and started off slow. It wasn't that good, and then something just clicked, and it all started coming back again. And I feel great up there. It's fun and it's amazing. I'm having the time of my life. Yeah.
Which was your best meet of the year so far?
Best meet was against Rocky Hill, where I broke my record again, which was 2:42, and it was just amazing. I had a great time.
So, when did you start diving?
I started diving my freshman year,
Yeah.
and that's it really. Yeah.
And when did you start getting pretty good?
Right from the start, my coaches said that I had talent, and it was just like raw talent. And then when Coach Ed took over my sophomore year as a head coach, I really started learning a lot more stuff, and I started perfecting my technique and my takeoffs, and that's what really brought me to where I am.
What would you say your best dive is?
Right now, my best dive might have to be my back 1.5 half twist.
What was the best score you got on that one?
I think I got a 7.
You got a 7, yeah?
7.5 on there, yeah.
How did it make you feel to get a score like that?
It makes me feel great. It's just it makes me like I'd do anything. So.
What's it like being a diver and being a part of the team and everything like that and taking part?
I mean, it's a really it's a great experience. You have so many amazing people out here. I get to try new things every day, and it's very fun. I wake up every day and I want to come to practice because I want to learn something new each day.
And what is What does it mean to you to get this award and be recognized today?
Oh, it means a world to me because it just goes to show that anyone can do this. As long as you have hard work and dedication, you can make any dream possible, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Jaylon, thank you for taking time out to speak with Peter and Shawnee before the meet on Tuesday. Pete, nice doing an indoor interview there in the pool? I'd say so, man. I can't wait to be opening up my pool in the summertime. In the meantime, I think I'm going to build myself a hockey rink in the backyard because I've been thinking hockey, Pete. Well, you've been up in Vermont. I was thinking hockey, hockey, hockey. Our man Joe Boyle went to 4 games on Saturday. Joe's a nut. He went to every one of our local teams, and for good reason. They're all playing very, very well. And this week, our hockey teams have furnished 2 nominees. Our first one, from the Lyman Hall Co-op. He is a sophomore. He is Mr. TJ Arduini. And we're going with TJ. Again, here's the team Lyman Hall that's hot. They got balanced scoring. Kyle Roberts is playing out of his mind. Scott Bradley having such a great senior season. We're going with TJ, though, because on Saturday against North Branford, a Division II team, TJ was all over the place. Scored the first 2 goals, assisted on 3, and a 6-2 victory for Lyman Hall. They won again tonight against Amity, came back in like the closing minutes of regulation with 2 goals, 1 in overtime, and they're smoking hot. They've won 9 in a row. TJ Arduini's having a fantastic season. He had a goal tonight against Amity. He's got 6 on the season, 15 assists. TJ, you are nominee number 1 for the boys here in Week 5. Who else is playing well? Sheehan's playing well. Hall Southington's playing well. Cheshire finally getting that scoring slump off of their shoulders. They're playing well, and we're going to go with a Cheshire Ram this week. We're going to go with the senior captain, Mr. Liam Kalea. Liam played a big role in all 3 games for Cheshire last week. They won 2 of them. They tied 1. Opened the week out in New Milford. They won 2-1 in overtime. Liam sets up the game winner. On Wednesday, in the tie against Amity, Liam scores 2 goals, has an assist. And then on Saturday against Brantford, Cheshire wins 4-1. That game's actually 1-1 in the 3rd period. Liam scores the go-ahead goal. Cheshire goes on to win. They're cruising, looking very strong in Division II. Liam, you are nominee number 2 here in Week 5, RJ Athletes of the Week. And our final pick, we're going to go indoors, basketball. Here's a team that's been solid all year. We figured they were going to be one of our best boys basketball teams, and they have lived up to expectations. We're talking about the Wilcox Tech Indians. Yes, we are. They are 15-2. They beat Platt Tech tonight to clinch the CTC Nutmeg South Division. I know that's a mouthful, but you can put it in the books. Wilcox wins tonight. And a key man in all of this, junior John Soto. Here's what John did. Pete, you weren't here on Friday night when he did this. Great play. Wilcox Tech is down at Whitney Tech. Whitney goes ahead by a point, maybe about 20 seconds to go. Whitney sets up a press, and DJ Ransom has the ball. And who does he see down court? John Soto gets behind the defense. Boom, DJ hits him. Soto scores with about 15 seconds to go. That's the game-winning basket. And as we mentioned, tonight, Tuesday, Wilcox beats Platt Tech to wrap up the CTC. John Soto averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds, been a big part of it all season long for the Indians, and that earns you a nomination here in Week 5. Okay, folks, there you have it. I'm going to exhale, catch my breath, because I've been running on and on and on, just like our skaters and our swimmers and our basketball players. We feel we have a good slate of candidates here in Week 5 as we make the winter pivot. When you see this video, you can go online and vote. Pete, you're going to put the address right here. I am at 1 with this address, brother. Folks are going to go on there and vote between now and Sunday. The kids are all doing good stuff. Let's jack up those vote totals, and we'll bring you next week's winners. Remember, all Athlete of the Week nominees, all Scholar Athletes, and all RJ selections will be invited to the Record Journal Best of the Bunch Awards Brunch, our 3rd annual, man, coming up in June. Mr. Jim Calhoun is the guest speaker. We're looking forward to that because it'll be a nice sunny day, and we won't have to wear overcoats. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in to this Luca Brasi edition of the Record Journal Athletes of the Week. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Record Journal. I'd like to thank my man Shawnee Krofsik, as always, Peter Paguagua, and Mr. Justin Weeks, who also does a lot of running around for this contest and makes it happen. We'll catch you next week. Take care.